It was supposed to be a routine transatlantic journey, United Airlines Flight 108. Departing from Washington Dulles International Airport on a calm Thursday evening, July 25, 2025. On board the Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner were 219 passengers and 11 crew members, all bound for Munich, Germany. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the runway as the aircraft lifted into the sky. But just minutes after takeoff, routine gave way to crisis. At an altitude of approximately 10,000 feet, the flight crew made a chilling call to air traffic control. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Engine failure, left engine, the pilot announced. The radio transmission cut through the otherwise quiet airwaves like a blade, triggering an immediate emergency response. The aircraft had suffered a mechanical malfunction in the left engine, a critical component during any flight, let alone one just beginning a long haul across the Atlantic. With swift professionalism, the pilots initiated emergency procedures. They declared a mayday and began descending to 5,000 feet, stabilizing the aircraft while evaluating their options. Returning to Dulles was the only viable decision. But landing such a large aircraft in an emergency requires more than a simple U-turn. At that moment, the Dreamliner was still fully loaded with fuel, intended for the entire transatlantic journey. Landing at full weight could have caused a structural failure upon touchdown. The pilots would need to buy time, literally by burning fuel or dumping it into the sky, circling west of the airport at 6,000 feet. Flight 108 began offloading fuel over a designated area under strict control of air traffic personnel. The ground emergency crews positioned themselves along the runway, ready for any eventuality. Meanwhile, inside the cabin, tension hung thick. Passengers reported a sudden vibration, then silence from the left side of the aircraft. Cabin crew remained calm, relaying minimal but reassuring information as the aircraft banked into its holding pattern. There was no panic, just quiet fear and silent prayers. Roughly 30 minutes after the initial distress call, the Dreamliner was cleared for its emergency return. It touched down safely at Washington Dulles, rolling to a stop where it was immediately met by emergency response units. There was no fire, no injury, just relief. Everyone aboard disembarked safely. No one was harmed. But the flight to Munich was canceled, and passengers were rerouted as United Airlines began investigating the mechanical issue that forced one of its most modern aircraft to the brink. In a brief statement, United confirmed the incident, citing a mechanical issue with one of the engines and assuring that the crew had responded by the book. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, since launched a formal investigation into the failure. Though the skies cleared quickly, the echoes of that Mayday still linger, a reminder of just how swiftly routine can unravel and how critical skill, coordination, and calm under pressure remain at 30,000 feet.